Many teachers focus a great deal of their time and energy into classroom management. They focus their time on how students should be behaving and what students should be doing. While this is an important component into having an effective and efficient classroom, using teaching strategies that create a learning environment that promotes equality is just as important. Equality is about all students getting a fair and equal education. It is where all students pose ideas, share ideas, and are explicitly welcomed to participate. When educators use teaching strategies to structure their learning environment to welcome and promote students' engagement and equality, we can rest assured that students are learning. Ethnographic studies of schools document how students are classified, segregated, and taught differently, starting with their first days in school. Most teachers can identify the personal characteristics of students that will lead to academic success. They then develop instruction and interactions with their students to ensure that the students will in fact behave as teachers expect, a phenomenon called the self-fulfilling prophecy or Pygmalion effect. The kindergarten teacher who divides her class into 3 reading and mathematic groups by the 3rd week of school has limited knowledge about the academic abilities of the students. Too often, the groups are organized according to non-academic factors. Students in the highest group may be dressed in clean clothes that are relatively new and tidy. They interact well with the teacher and other students, are quite verbal, and use standard English. Students in the lower 2 groupings may be poorly dressed and use a dialect or be English language learners. Their families may appear to be less stable than those of students in the highest group. In helping to overcome the stigma of poverty, educators must consciously review their expectations for students. Students' feeling of low esteem should not be reinforced by teachers. Seeing students as individuals rather than as members of a specific socioeconomic group may assist educators in overcoming the classism that exists in the school and the community. Information about a student's family background can be used in understanding the power of environment on a student's expression of self. It should not be used to rationalize stereotypes and label students. Educators should become aware of any prejudices they themselves hold against members of lower socioeconomic groups and work to overcome their biases. Otherwise, discriminatory practices will surface in the classroom in the form of self-fulfilling prophecies that harm students and perpetrate societal inequities. Tracking students into different groups or classes based on their intellectual abilities is a common educational practice. Teachers divide a class into smaller groups for instructional purposes. These groups could have a heterogeneous makeup, with each group containing boys and girls from different ethnic groups and students who are currently high and low achievers. In these groups, students could help each other. In other cases, teachers may assign students to a group based on their perception of the student's academic abilities, which may be based on students' latest standardized test scores. Teachers may use different instructional strategies in these groups and may have different expectations for learning outcomes. Tracking occurs when students are assigned to courses based on their perceived intellectual abilities or other characteristics, such as speaking a language other than English or having a disability. Equality in a student's achievement could be increased by raising the level of instructional content and instructional discourse in all courses at all levels. Achievement is improved when teachers help students interact with the academic content through discussion and authenticity, relating the content to students' prior experiences and real-world applications. These strategies work for all students, not just those in advanced placement and honors courses.